out in awkward scenarios from time to time.
We're gonna see if those awkward scenarios are something they can kind of surf through, or if it's really gonna get them caught in the waves of things. We do know that at least in the scramble, in those awkward moments, at least on Haven, it has been Oasis coming out of it on top, and seeming like a no awkward moment is one they're gonna shy away from. But this is Actions map by all means. We have seen some okay performances from Oasis here in the past, but nothing necessarily.
That's a nice take, man. That's a way too nice of a take to say they have okay performances. They are that kind of squad that will give you this time, guys, we got praise. We have prepared for it, and yeah, it's not really a too okay from them, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. While we are not going to be doubting APH wants to play the aggressive perfect way, don't play the slow game, play the lurking game from a Batman. Georgie also will get on the board. So A site already taken quickly by Action PH. A quick commit there from Eman. And you can see just by the presence really of these KOs on these rosters as Ripper will effectively die there. Spoiler alert, by the way. And Waldor gets a trade. That it's just all about imposing, right? It's just saying that, hey, we're here. Oh, and Oasis getting the frags back. Envy Waldor on the board. Everything left now to the Doctor. Has to shy away from the recon dart, but Envy again sets it up, knocks things down, and for Oasis, they were surprised at the start, but no surprise that they get this pistol.
You want a bit of fun fact here?
Yo, give me some fun facts.
The last time Oasis won a map on Braze officially in any official circuit and anything really recorded was 10 months ago.
Yeah.
Versus an Action PH team. But not the same roster. That Action PH team actually had Wild Oreo in it. It had Brain Freeze on it. It had Flippy on it. It had RU in it as well. In 9.
So it was the old
Yes, it had
roster,
Courtesy,
basically.
Marky, Ripper, Gadors, and Coco playing for Oasis at that time. Coco he was playing, and then he wasn't, and then he's back down.
Yeah, very much. And at least funny that that's the name of the team on the other side. But APH, we mentioned it especially back in Stage 1, right? It was a rebuild around RU, of all people, actually, just to get some of these amazing pieces from everywhere and anywhere. It's the same case right now for Action PH. Another quick take, though, towards these sites. And Oasis now settling down by the arches, by McDonald's there, and looking to make some happy meals happen and flatten the hopes of APH yet again. Wild already with a push. We do get the toxic screen in the way, and the Doctor providing some good control here so far. APH, though, looking to force things out as much as possible with some firepower. Oasis is scrambling back. APH now falling on apart. Marky and Envy to wrap up the round. And whatever APH wants to try, Oasis will deny. It's 2-0 now.
Very nicely done from Oasis. A bit expensive though, so I'm still keeping an eyebrow raised.
It was a force buy though for APH.
Yeah, you are right. You are right actually, but well, at least they get that going confidence. I think more important than anything.
It's okay. You know what? You're right. I'm just saying something else. Is like, you know, they
stop disagreeing with me, Dax.
No, I will. I will say no. I refuse.
Well,
oh man, hey.
Aren't we lively in the early afternoon?
Yeah, dude. It's like I'm just happy to be back, and I'm happy to be here with you. A little sad though that you're not gonna be casting the most amazing team in your heart today. Oh, well, of course, I'll give you.
Truly believe. So.
Of course, I mean for you, that's your heart telling you that. But I guess the game's telling us real quick that APH does have the site right now. Yeah, Shock Dart. I'm a little concerned though because APH is really forcing these Spectres. And this is a map where you kind of need a bit more of that range. Marky already there with the operator. But if they do walk into the APH trap, never mind. It just falls apart as Wild Oreo and Marky get those takedowns. Aryu though fights back. Makes it 2v3. Great sprays there, but Wild Oreo with the reach. And Batman though, Headhunter already. Even gets the leg shot. Oh, to Wild Oreo. All left now to Coco. Low HP on the Batman, but he only needs a single bullet. 2 in the Headhunter right now for the chamber. Ring around the Rosie. Coco will make a Batman wilt there at the end. But does he have the time?
No time.
No time?
No time.
Just time.
No time.
No time.
No time.
Okay. You win the disagreement this time. And APH, they will win the round. I doubted the Spectres, but it bought enough time and enough control for that B-side take.
Dude, he was so fortunate that, like, all he needed was to shoot him and stub him in the toe to get that second kill. I thought that almost assuredly the Spectre would have won out in that close range, but hey, they make it work on out. Action PH actually winning the eco there. Smart shock darts we saw there actually coming from Envy. He fires the first one short there towards like the back of the site, and then the second one a bit deeper because he knows that whoever's playing there is going to fall back just a bit deeper because of those shock darts. So Smart doesn't do as much damage as it used to do though, because Max is only 75 nowadays, but he gets the free damage at the very least. So gun round here coming in from Action PH. Finally, Bulldog is the only thing they got for Georgie, but it doesn't matter because he's going to completely shut up Coco. It took too long to get the kill on Ripper, but Ripper can't do much about it. Envy, okay, nice shot. Even though Georgie was jumping in midair, let's see if he can find even more.
Yeah, Oasis on that lesser by absolute eco state. Nah, no need. Marshall's still accurate. But then again, it's accurate to say that APH should have this round unless Marquee just gets the amazing hat trick of taps, and a Batman, of course, will deny that crime. 2-2, and APH, it was such a gamble, in all honesty, for the past few rounds. The force buy into another force buy, but APH decided, you know, if we're gonna be losing out in an eco round, we don't want to take that. We want to try to go for those fast plans, and I do feel like Oasis is letting APH do that enough that gives him the confidence to still run Spectres. This is such a wide open map, really long sight lines, but if you do get the objective here on the attacking side, then you can make do with those lesser buys as proven there by Action PH. 2-2 right now. We are back with the rifles here. The Blade Storm is there and mid control is vied for, but wow, the Oreo already gets Georgie. The scan is real. Marquee able to get on point, dashes out before engages against Eman. And just Oasis surprising APH coming out of the sand here.
Well, Ripperoo gets that double kill. Just enough to end the round, and Oasis come back quick and clean off of that. Action PH trying to, you know, spread themselves maybe a bit too thin and a bit too aggressive, and Oasis are the perfect net to try and catch that storming ball of theirs. So maybe that's going to be a hint to Action PH. Or maybe let's try something different now. Try something new. They know our usual game plan. Maybe this time you can see they're pinging mid. They're positioned for mid. They're going to try and take that control. The KO here on Ripper is once again going to be one of the potential stalwarts of that. Maybe try and hamper them, but he is kind of alone. There will be some support from the top of mid from Elbow, but the counter knife here at 0 point is going to keep him at bay.
Yeah, this is where it gets fun for a map like Breeze. Both Oasis and Action PH, they do have those tendencies to effectively play an aggressive defense to push on forward toward the force, though. Here for a Batman, and a little dicey to play onto the elbow. You're not looking the right way to Batman. Turn around, Bright Eyes, and oh man, Dead Eyes instead. As a Batman gets caught out by Marquee. Too long on that Chamber's barrel. Steam with the glow of gold. But Georgie fighting in the middle. Marquee will get the takedown. Doctor with the trade. But on top of the nest, Envy's right there, and Eman just caught absolutely unaware. Awkward moments for the KO. It can happen in the middle if they vie for it. And Lord Coco, he knows there's a chance to peek out from double doors. Are you watching a while ago? Now looking towards the nest as APH crawls their way to the middle of the map. This is Oasis though. Ready again. Ripper this time is the next checkpoint. Goodbye, the Doctor. You have been absolutely rejected from this hospital. Next one, are you? And Ripper again. The nightmare of game 1 continues on into game 2. No night happy times for APH.
Even on the map here, as attackers sided, as Breeze could be, Action PH still struggling to get the ball going, aren't they? Able to win some rounds that maybe they weren't expected to win, like that eco on round number 3 actually. But still, they got the sheriffs here, they got that marshal, some pistols to work with, and of course, Headhunter on the Batman. Ultimates, yes, abundance of that, but not really something we're going to expect for them to pull out in this eco round unless they get a few picks going their way, unless they get that man advantage heavily in their favor. Oasis, okay, they burned Hunter's Fury. Not necessarily needed, but not really a bad idea either. Just completely shutting down Georgie there. I realize he thought he had an opportunity, but, well,
bro,
unfortunately it doesn't work.
That was a hardcore ankle breaker. Did you see that from Envy? Stows away the Hunter's Fury. Crouch just to get into cover. He has just been played like a damn fiddle, and the crossover control by Oasis, man. I'm just impressed, yo. You know, I'm just impressed by the movement there from Envy, knowing the dash was coming. Is like, I ain't having that. And peekaboo, he sees you.
Very nicely done on that Oasis shutdown. They need the Hunter's Fury, as I said, but hey, you secure the round. Who cares, right? You can build it up again. It's early in the half. You have a few more rounds to get that ultimate back up, and they have other ultimates to use potentially for the retake. So nothing really too problematic. 3 ults up online on either side, but hey, this is a game of shooty bang bang, not necessarily ultimates. So move away from that. Marky not landing his shot as we would like to have seen, but Georgie, even better, does help Action PH get control of Pulse, but they rescind it as easily as they took it.
Hey, look, if you want shooty bang bang, you just stick by the KO. That's all you can really do when you're absolutely suppressed. So does feel like Ripper though a little jumping the gun, but at the same time, it also forces Action PH away from A to B. And Oasis should be more prepared for that, as you can already see Marky and Coco are in there.
Realize?
Are you giving advice to APH suddenly?
Yeah, like straight up.
Just go.
Now, because they walked. Now, the intent there, I guess, was Dax like to fake and pull the defense towards that A side, but
where's the fake?
Yeah,
there's no fake.
Now they're back.
And that's commit, and oh, the tag onto the legs there of Georgie doesn't let the kill. And Oasis, they have to be careful, but Coco doesn't care. How do you even find them and pass the toxic screen? Do you just use the pulses to get that sonar on? And echolocation, apparently the chamber can hear them coming. APH now putting the Viper's Pit on site. But Oasis is just absolutely prepared on the other side. Ripper is doing everything and anything for his team. Coco on the board. And well, the doctor right now, he might need a little bit of medicine, but he's showing some treatment. He's got it to the shorty surprise, though, from the Viper's Pit. Will deny his existence. And Oasis make it 6-2. Are my eyes deceiving me, my friend? How is Oasis winning Breeze?
You know what I'm wondering? Are my eyes deceiving me? Because Dax, out of all the utility on Action PH's side, right? You look, they have a Jet, they have a Chamber, they have a Viper, they have the KO, and they have the Sova. What do you think would be the first utility would throw out on an execute? The very first one from the initiators. Here, hint.
Probably like the dart or the knife, man.
Yes, the recon dart, right? But Aryu still had it when he was still trying to res Emon, which meant that he didn't even throw it out in the first place, which meant that he still could have used it to try and help Emon get back up when he was taken down, but he went down with it. Why is that recon bolt still in your inventory? Why has it not been chucked out there? That is what I want to see, unless I miss it, unless I'm wrong. But even in that, if you had it, then maybe you could have thrown it out, helped Emon get up, and things could have gone better. But that's not on me. That's what I'm wondering, though, here from Action PH. These small moments, Dax, that really do set them apart, do have big implications in the end.
Yeah, just one small misstep can be a giant leap of a mistake. And APH now with a timeout, but I'm just glad I passed your quiz. So I was like, the analyst is asking me questions. Wait a minute.
I know you'd pass with flying colors.
Yes, I will take it. It still goes to show, though, that
you were right. Either the dart or the knife.
Yeah, look, the thing is, Oasis is also proving that their adjustment is a lot more effective. Wild Oreo on that Viper, flexible player, he can pretty much play whatever he wants, and alongside, Envy, and then Ripper on the KO. These are some of the implications Oasis has had in hiding their strats, hiding their playtime, that they can make some of these swaps absolutely work. And I really have to say, so far, Ripper has been the absolute MVP of the series. Map 1, impressive on the Omen. Map 2 on the KO. And his tenure on the Oasis brand has been, I believe, the longest amongst all these players so far. But Wild Ori right now, wildly swinging, catching out the Doctor. Batman, though, makes a Headhunter work. And over at the window, he's trying to peer into a better tomorrow here for Action PH. But Oasis Gaming, this has become, again, their chance to take this land back. They say that they're good at 6 out of 7 maps. They want to make it 7 out of 7. And they do want to get that magic 7 right now as time is ticking on away. But are you with the defense right now? Wild Oreo will fall down. Time ticking 2v1. Envy's right there to get rid of Aryu. But they should have time. Yes, they do. 3 seconds. And Oasis do get the lucky 7s on the board.
Barely enough time for a half defuse, but hey, Action PH, they make at least the plant happen, but can't hold on to the post. That's one of the best things you can hope for. So nothing necessarily too out of hand here for Action PH just yet, but that score is starting to pile on them, and that's not something you want going into the second half here, especially that you're only in round 10, it's 7-2 already, and you're on the favored side here typically. So, Georgie, we have to see his Boracay Jet come sometime. We're in the beach, we're in Breeze. This is one of his best maps by far. We've seen that throughout the entirety of year one. Still, we haven't seen that same fortune come here, at least in this specific matchup. So, with the archaic kind of ways still push through for them, seems to be seen at least. Georgie in the op, let's get an opening pick. So, it's a good thing here going for Action PH.
Yeah, it's looking hot right now. Get your frozen iced teas. As Georgie is ready. Marky, though, on the other side. Same thing. And the battle of the operators perhaps might come here. The clash, though, missing wildly. Envy instead finds RU all the way on the other side. And look how Envy's already infiltrated. He is playing pretend to be APH, but he has been exposed here. Alert, alert! The doctor's so dangerous with the snake fight. Luckily, he doesn't fall there. But the problem is the spike is in such an awkward scenario, and Oasis, in the chaos that they have controlled, they will chime in and get takedown after takedown. The APH formation collapses, and Oasis rises ahead.
8-2. Oh, this is looking like an ad to you here from Action PH if they can't start to get things going. And the former results, Oasis did win against Action PH once again in a very heavy fashion. It was like 13-4 in the favor of the old Oasis squad, and the old Action squad kind of faltering under that. But the reason why I seem so critical of Action PH is because these are players that we have seen so many great things from so many different teams, and they were one of the better parts of those teams that they were in. And so Marky, great pick here, able to use that off angle just enough for him to find the pick on Eman. No res for him, and Georgie gets at least a trade here for Marky. So he goes 1 for 1. I think Georgie might be good for another one here. It's a good position to try and catch Coco off guard, and the Doctor and Georgie both find what they're supposed to. As advertised, Georgie going big for a triple in the round. He's very low though, so is RU. So this is winnable by Ripperoo, who's one of the best clutchers from the side of Oasis. And my goodness, every time he's the last one left alive, he has so much potential. But the Batman comes in, swoops in like the darkness, vengeance in the night, and somehow, finally, Action PH get the round on the board.
I mean, vengeance is just one way to put at it. That pinch was perfect from Action PH. And we finally get some map control for them, but here we go again. APH able to pick up some of these rounds, play some of the ways they want to do so. But it's, again, few and far between, man. It's just APH, they will get it right eventually. And then they will make some mistakes again. And then we'll get it right eventually. Problem is, Oasis is the one pouncing on those kind of errors. And the scoreline absolutely balloons from there. And one more thing to say about APH right now is we just haven't seen that kind of dominance that we expect from them. That those hot streaks, those absolutely all or nothing approaches. It does feel like while APH has rounded themselves up, there is still a lesser potency right now that is sorely missed in these kind of scenarios. But then again, still the first series, it's still the first half of the second map. And for Action PH, if they want to prove that they still have the action in them, it might be time to get through the lights and the cameras and to go for more of these rounds. Anyway, though, all the conjuncture aside there, black and blue. APH not playing it slow because they have that tour de force ready for Mr. Batman here.
Let's see if this is going to at least go their way. Final round of the half decks. 35 seconds left and ticking. Sands of time hollowing very, very quickly here for Action PH in the round. They do get at least within the side, given control here for free by Oasis. Looking to play retake instead. They still do have a Batman lurking towards this hall position, and you can hear them out coming, but as soon as he peeks out of this doorway, that might actually get caught out. Yes, I think the trap should have sprung, and so they know of his position now. Ripper, Marky, they all find the kills going to Rip, but the Doctor, the only one to be able to even answer back from the Action PH's side, cannot find another. Marky gets that trade. It's all onto RU, playing for the post plant. He has his Hunter's Fury to deny it. He gets one and tags the other as well. Hides it. Why did he do so? He had one more shot of that. Could have delayed just a bit more time. Here they go. With the Oh, they get the round still, Oasis, with more than enough time. I don't know why he put the Hunter's Fury back. He's got one more arrow to shoot out, but a bit of a crucial miss. But I think he thought he was getting pushed, but it's a gamble for him to take. One gambit, he loses.
Yeah, and Oasis again, 9-3. We're getting it here. Shades of that Haven map, and while Action PH could have made the round happen, they got that sight and they got the tags. Oasis able to scare off Are You Enough and just defuse basically in front of him.
Yeah. Oasis, man, it seems like they're in their heads right now. I mean, in Action's heads.
Look at Envy. He has just been a silent killer. 14 kills, 3 deaths. This Sova has just been unbeatable, and we have seen Oasis Gaming really step up to the plate. They were an inch, a few rounds away from making it to APAC, making it to that top 3, and they know it. They just kept themselves secretive. They kept themselves in private manners. And now, they're back in the public space. They're back at VCT, and you can see the improvements here for the Oasis Gaming squad. They are hungry to break past the boundaries that have stifled their careers over and over again. They have made it to APAC, sure. They have won out on a VCTPH stage, yes. But they know they can do better, and this might be the first series to that proof. APH, time is now to step on up. Look again at the likes of Georgie, like a Batman, to get more and more of those kills. But I am really concerned about Eman and his performance right now. Yeah. He has struggled to really find his groove in a more balanced state here for APH. There are amazing games where he's fragging out, even beating the likes of Georgie and Abat. But there are these other games where he does show that the struggles can get to him, and the KO kind of outclassed by the setup that Ripper has done so far.
Well, maybe now this second half would bear more fortune, bear more fruit to what they've sowed here, Action PH. They stuck to this composition. They stuck to this lineup for the most part. Had some few changes, yes, but they have the key components of it in RU, Eman, and Georgie. But I'm wondering to see if, well, at least this second half of theirs will be at least more beneficial specifically to Eman, because as he said, he has been struggling here, Dax, which question remains, is consistency really the key, or do you want someone who can go the highs of highs, higher than anybody else, but also the lows of lows? Unfortunately for Action PH, we're kind of seeing a bit more of the latter here.
Yeah, then we talk about Oasis being that roller coaster ride back then.
Yeah.
How the rides have changed, and well, we are absolutely amused here. It's a kingdom that enchants us, but we're now enchanted by the next round. And the Doctor, well, catches out Marky Indy with the response, and here we go again. Mr. Invincible himself. Just a hero for the Oasis side. Coco, though, hopping on the round. Wow. Will he not care about the snake bite? Yes, he braves the poison, goes after the opposition, but that's way too ambitious. Not just because of the damage, but that times through that vulnerable state. And it's left all alone, and now he is caught out. 9-4, APH with the pistol. They need to show up here, Black and Blue. They need to show us the APH of old. That is the pistol. I want to see the 6-round, 7-round streak from Action PH to get back into this.
I want to see that as well, Dax. I want to see the comeback come really hard, fast, decisive, the way we know Action PH is supposed to be. You know, Action, I have to assume, just based on the logo and based on the name, that it has something to do with the Action comics of old, the Supermen of the time. And this certainly could be the case if they can make such a heroic comeback as this. I mean, they have Georgie, they have Eman, two of the most, I guess, hot-handed players we see here in the VCTPH. Players that can pop off and get absolutely astronomical numbers over almost any other player you'll see here. But that has yet to be seen, at least in this matchup. And that's the reason why we're all kind of holding our breath for what Action PH can do, because we know what they can do. We know how, and we all witnessed what they brought during Stage 1. And Stage 2, maybe just starting a bit slower for map number 1, but as we said, Breeze should be where their home is made, should be their playground. It's them who's been currently, I guess, been used and played of.
Yeah, and, a Batman already with a frag, a Ripper right there for the trade, and Georgie. That's good here for Action PH. Some confidence building kills, but suddenly it's shattered! Here, Black and Blue. Coco again makes the frenzy count. It's 2v2. And I've seen this before, and I don't like it for Action PH. A-Site now being taken by Oasis Gaming. Coco, Wild Oreo looking to go for more. Are you though still keeping calm? And okay, we're good. Action PH, we're fine. Nothing bad happened. Don't worry, the frenzy didn't happen. We're okay for now, and it's 9-5.
Dust off the shoulders. No reason to panic. I've been expensive. Kind of got
I
in the first
did.
half there. Not gonna lie.
I was like, where? Again? Yes? Oh.
Well,
But hey, you want some
they get the
stats real
done.
quick?
Yeah, go. Hit me.
Oasis actually struggles a lot more on the attacking side on Breeze than the defense. So there is a big chance for Action PH to figure things out here on this side. So really the ball, even though Oasis is in the lead, the ball is technically on their court. Because so Action PH has gotten the 1, gotten the 2, and like we said back then, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 6, the 8, and then they're done. So APH, let's see if he can keep this momentum up.
Well, we like to joke about it sometimes, especially when you're playing your ranked games. But sometimes it's not necessarily about attacker-sided, defender-sided map, but more like attacker-sided team, defender-sided team, right? on the specific map.
Yeah,
and,
where you're comfy,
said,
man.
Yeah,
You, just you need your blankie, you need your nice pillow, that kind of thing. You need the monkey you built when you were a kid and you made him a biker and you didn't realize that the leather and the chains weren't soft.
Are you a foot out of the blanket or inside the blanket?
Depends. If the aircon is really strong, 2 feet in. If it's okay, then 1 foot out.
I see. Yes. Keep
If
that
it's electric
temperament.
fan, throw away the blanket
Throw
because
away the
it is hot
blanket.
in the Philippines.
I know
It's
people
like,
who
no.
still use a blanket at the same time. I
Ooh.
know people with AC full blast. They're like, I'm gonna use no blanket and be shirtless. So
I sleep on the floor. What's a bed?
what's a bed? What's a pillow
but
even? Oh, good catch.
That's a bed of nails there, man, for Wild Oreo. Coco, though, the infiltration is clear here for Oasis. And here we go again, the pitch perfected by Oasis Gaming. Ripper just able to punch a Batman in the face with that Vandal. And it's all left now to Georgie and the Doctor to figure something out, but they're playing the juggling game. They're going to B site. Oasis has
Save.
taken the 3rd round turnaround for the 2nd half.
Going for the save. I mean,
Yep.
even though they don't have necessarily the cushion that Oasis might have, the rounds to give up that Oasis do, I still think it's a smart thing. Economy, man disadvantage, much more and the way they're playing kind of in that same vein. I'm not going to say it the 3rd time.
Coco's
yeah.
Coco's kind of cracked right now. He is opening up a lot for Oasis Gaming. And in all honesty, it does feel like APH isn't really punishing that enough. If you compare it to perhaps the last half, you would see how Ripper's presence would basically impose Action PH from some of the ambitious plays, and then a Batman decides to just play the lurk instead, so he stays away from the KO. Right now, Coco's just going in, and if he is spotted by someone like Eman, he can shut down that escape plan, and Oasis can lose a member really quickly, but it's not happening.
You know what's surprising, Dax? Coco is supposed to be the team captain, I think, IGL.
Yeah,
but
he is.
He's playing the chamber, which is something very uncommon. And the former coach of Oasis, Mr.
Who?
Fluffy O2 Gaming, 5'11 guy from LaSalle, he said that he is one of the most important factors of the Oasis team, especially outside of the game. And for him to be a chamber, that's very uncharacteristic, but it looks like it works.
I mean, he's a Sentinel player, and he's just happy to play that chamber. I do feel like for Oasis, it's because they also want to keep players like Marky and Envy on their more frontline roles, as Envy finds Eman. And just basically Oasis overall has absolutely stepped on up coming into stage number 2, that they want to play more and more of these different compositions with different roles, and everyone, I feel, learning from each other, especially in the Oasis bootcamp that they live together, how to play the agent in the style that they need to play in. So looking good right now for Oasis. It is 3v3 though, so Action PH has found a few kills here and there, but they're still on the lesser buy. And well, are you? Maybe a Batman could find a gun along the way. A-site though has been anticipated by Action PH, so at least a good read. But what was that, Envy?
My goodness.
Just the clock are you immediately. The Doctor don't want to decide. Envy again, just absolutely on point.
30 seconds left.
And it's not just invincibility anymore. It's just invulnerability and imposition. Envy making the impossible possible. A Batman right now, ready yet again. But Gotham, do they need this hero? Does Breeze need this hero for Action PH decide? The Aldron, though, scouting, that is a big tell, as the Court of Owls will find a Batman here. And finally, the age-old adage of Envy wins again. 11-5, Oasis 2 away from taking the series.
Hush, hush, keep it down, because the riddle goes, which team can bring us into that third map? Oasis? Well, it certainly has to be the Action side, because there isn't really too much going for them in this case here, Dax. I mean, they tried to have a Batman do heroic things. Maybe if the Doctor found another more, but we can't fault him. He did his job. He got 1-for-1 before being traded, and it really is. I mean, it's never really the fault of one player. But Action PH needs Eman to step up right here, right now. Otherwise, the series could be done. It is group stages, so no eliminations yet, but losing a series 2-0 is a very painful thing to take.
Yeah. What's more painful, losing a 2-0 series or heartbreak?
This reminds me of the questions you were asked for that.
This reminds me of a certain caster on the Filipino side who has many subtle clan traits along the way. But right now, well, the traits of this series has been when Oasis and APH scrap, it does get absolutely dicey. Thing is, though, I do feel like APH, there, you can feel that the pressure's getting to them. Ambitious peaks, a Batman though with the hold, and here comes Georgie and a Batman. Most potential fraggers for the side of Action PH, but the potential has been snuffed. A Batman now, the only one left, and it does feel like the toxins and the pushes of Oasis Gaming will be able to shut down the Dark Knight yet again. 12-5, match point for Oasis Gaming.
Man, I'm not too sure what exactly Action can specifically do here to try and change things up, because there's a multitude of factors of why Oasis are winning this. So much better control, so much better in the scramble, and just almost better at everything in general. And you know, we saw Action PH, and to that extent, other teams like Naus also play in other tournaments, other community tournaments, local tournaments during the off season, and a lot of people were wondering how they were necessarily doing. Now, I wasn't, I guess, super, intimidated for other teams going up against them in the community side, but here in the VCT, I was expecting a bit more. But at least they get things going in this round. It's not said and done yet until it says 13 for a scoreline, but this is another long way to go. Another 7-round comeback they're going to have to do flawlessly, perfectly, without any mishaps. Can be very difficult. Marky's good for 1. Can you find even more blades to come on out? For information, everything cleared.
Look at this map. APH is supposed to be defending.
Yeah.
Oasis is supposed to be attacking. What are these positions?
We're throwing for a loop here.
Yeah, for a Freaky Friday on a Wednesday, man. And, well, for Action PH, they're going back. They have B site. They can just go. Yeah. Why are they...
Just run, bro.
Just go. The fact that you guys are walking, will let them chase you. Just and Ripper's just watching the back, like, I got you, man. Don't worry. We're gonna go together. We're gonna get to the promise. Oh my! And Marky finally decides to break the silence. And Evan, he has just been shown the blue screen of death yet again. Viper Spit now into play. Oasis finally decided to hit that site properly. Georgie, though, catches a Ripper, and it's all up to the Brackeye Jet to defend the homeland. 2v2 situation. Are you looking to reinforce from the Archers as well? The Aldron has been spotted, has been broken, and now Action PH moving around, but they don't know that Georgie's right here. Missed this wildly, and this is crucial for APH. Georgie finally with the kill. 1v1, but time is ticking. And Wild, are you ready to go hog wild versus the opposition? Decay is real. The damage has been done, and in the blinding green lights, it's the Oasis who comes up top. They have beaten the curses. They have beaten APH.